everyone, and welcome back to UzX News on UzReportTV channel. Today in our edition you can get acquainted with the latest exchange news as well as with the exchange market of fodders since the beginning of the current year. At the beginning of our program we traditionally offer you the results of trades on all trading platforms of UzX market and definitely the price dynamics of the top commodity positions. These were the main indicators of UzX exchange over the past week. Now let's dwell on to the latest exchange news. In order to create additional convenience for budget customers, another innovation has been introduced in the electronic public procurement system of the Uzbek commodity exchange harit.uzx.uz. In particular, budget customers received free access to information about payments made under direct contracts. Detailed information on payments for purchased goods, works, services under the main direct contract is available in the personal account of budget customers in the additional agreement section. This service in turn facilitates the procedure for concluding additional agreements, taking into account the payments made. We're moving to a separate segment of the UzX exchange. To be exact, we're going to look more properly the fodders market situation at the Uzbek commodity exchange since January to August of the current year. During the period under review, the sales volume of fodders through Uzbek commodity exchange exceeded 2.4 million tons, which is 29.3% more than in the same period in 2022. The average sales level of fodders through UzX platform amounted to 294.4 thousand tons per month, as we can see on the screen. To be exact, in the months of January, it was at the level of 392,000 tons at the Uzbek commodity exchange, and almost the second maximum performing volume, as we can see, 370,000 tons at the Uzbek commodity exchange. So let's go and look more properly the fodder sales structure, and wheat accounts for the largest volume in the fodders sales structure with a share of 79%, as we can see on the screen. Definitely the best top leadership position here is wheat fodder, 79%. The second position here is taken by cotton cake, which goes with 8%, and cotton seed hull goes with 7%. And takes the third leadership position. It's worth to mention definitely about mixed fodders, which is going with 6% and taking also the major part and playing the key role in the segment of mixed fodders and the sales structure of the Uzbek commodity exchange. Let's go and look more properly the cotton cake price dynamics, and in the dynamics of prices in the cotton cake mill market at the beginning of the year, stability is observed. In January-April 2023, prices amounted to about 4 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. So right in the beginning of the year, in the month of January, it was 4 million sums per ton. And from May to July, prices dropped to 3.5 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. In August, there is an increase in prices to 3.9 million sums per ton, which is definitely due to the seasonal factor and consumers' preference exactly to these kind of mixed fodders of cotton cake at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. So let's go and look properly the cottonseed hull price dynamics, and similar dynamics is observed in the market of cottonseed hull. For the same period, prices averaged 3 million sums per ton. In the month of May, an increase in the listing of products for exchange trading began. So as a result, as we can see in the beginning of the year, in the month of January, it was at level of 3 million sums per ton, as it was mentioned before. Afterwards, the price moved down to its minimum price position in the month of May, 2.7 million sums per ton. And since June, prices began to rise to almost 2.9 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. But in the month of August, amounted to 2.8 million sums per ton. And this kind of stable price volatility is first of all due to the active position of the factory producers and their systematical performing from the factory producers cottonseed hull into the exchange market of the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. So let's go and look properly the mixed fodders price dynamics, another demandable segment in the sales structure of the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. And regarding the fodders market, there is a volatility in there as well. In particular, from January to March of this year, prices for mixed fodders amounted to 2.1 million sums per ton. So in the month of January, it was quite stable, 2.1 million sums per ton, up to its maximum price level, as we can see in the month of May, which is again the seasonal factor, the 2.4 million sums per ton, which is the maximum value for the period under review. From June, prices began to drop. And in the month of August, prices fell to 2.1 million sums per ton, as we can see on the screen. And afterwards, the price moved almost at the same position, 2.2 million sums per ton, which is definitely quite positive news for the consumers of mixed fodders at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. And definitely the price formation is due to the active position of the factory producers and their systematically performing into the Uzbek Commodity Exchange sales structure, mixed fodder, and making it more or less stable. So now let's go and look properly the regional consumption, which will be the next and the last diagram for today. And it's worth to mention that metropolitan area, Tashkent and Tashkent region, is an absolute leader. So more or less they're quite similar on consuming of mixed fodders, cotton cake and cottonseed hull at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange, but there are still some leaders. And metropolitan area, Tashkent and Tashkent region, is the best consumer of mixed fodders in the Uzbek Commodity Exchange. And definitely, as we can see on the diagram, it goes with almost 37%. Fergana region occupies 13% on consuming cottonseed cake, cottonseed hull and mixed fodders at the Uzbek Commodity Exchange, and takes the second position at the exchange trades, as we can see on the screen. But it's worth to mention about the third top leadership position, which is definitely Samarkand region, which goes with 9%. The share of other regions is comparatively lower. So these were all commands for today. Thank you for watching us and being with us. Do join us next week on UzReportTV channel, and definitely with our website at www.uzx.uz. See you next week. Bye.